would work a lot
Come
better.
this way.
They're big chairs.
Get over this way.
I'm not moving, I'm here, huh?
So why don't, Janet, why don't you say where you're at and kind of what you've been doing?
I'm the oldest of all you grandchildren.
Hey!
All the cities. Still married to
Cities. I mean, I live in a city too. I live in a city.
in the cities, in Twin Cities, Apple Valley. And I'm working for Trans Global. Since we were here, I've been promoted full-time assistant manager of airport operations. I've been working more hours than I'd like to work, but the program's going well. And Jim has retired, and this man's got it made that Shady retired, and I went to work full-time. So he's become an excellent house husband, taking care of the house very well, does volunteer work, drives for Meals on Wheels, cooks for Loaves and Fishes, does the collection, lector at church, counts collection, joined the Knights of Columbus, now he's volunteering with them, so he keeps busy doing that. Neelan is, he had to, I think when we were here last time, he was on the airport fire department. He works 24 on, 24 off, 24 on, 24 off, and works, then has 4 days off. He had to work, he would have got off at 7 a.m. this morning, so it was just too hard to get down here for that. He is also a district chief for the Apple Valley Fire Department. So and then he also is in the airport Air Guard, and he's going this fall for 6 weeks to the
United Arab
Emirates, which his wife isn't too happy about, but that's where he's going. They bought a house a year ago this summer, 1 mile from me, although I don't see him much. It's only a mile away. That's about all that's really new with us.
And son number 2, that's John. And my wife Jean and I are still in Tucson. And yes, I retired from the Navy 6 years ago. Love being retired, and so far I've just, picked up part-time jobs here and there and going to school yet. And so I've still got my own furniture business where I make custom steel furniture. And Jean has her own business as a promotional consultant, wordsmith, and it's picking up. And yes, I enjoy retirement and do not plan on getting a full-time job ever again.
Melvin.
Yeah, middle child. Melvin, this is my son Kim. He'll be going into high school next year. 9th grade. Ida, the wife, she's at home. Well, no, she's up north with 8 other women in a cabin or bowling team. She's up north, probably having a good time with 8 other women in a bowling team. Cabin up north. Reason why I'm still a teacher at Prior Lake High School. It's just next to Apple Valley, and it's next door. Coach golf, love that. So I'm golfing all the time on that. Still coach girls 8th grade basketball. And Ida still is a teacher at Shakopee Catholic Schools, where she's still working at. And that's about it. Well, I'm ahead of the math department.
Which you didn't tell
department
anybody.
chair. No, I don't. Too much work. I do all that.
And the next one is Mark. He and his wife and son Luke live in Sioux Falls. He is a manager. Does he have a title? Manager for irrigation systems, and he's gotten into selling and designing of them. Needless to say, laying irrigation systems, this is their prime time of the year, so he couldn't get off. Their son has... Oh, really?
Yeah,
Then their
that's
son...
why he's not here.
Okay, they had 2 people quit, so he's not here. Their son, the big news with him is he's got his driver's permit and will have his driver's license in 6 months. October, so he's very excited about that. He will be going into the Catholic high school next fall. Ellen graduated from college last year, and she's doing various volunteer work and a small part-time job and a small part-time job. June. Yes, we drove from Washington. We're still in Olympia, Washington. Steve is still mining down at Centralia Mine that supplies coal for the power plant down there. So switch on those light switches. Use up the truck. We'll do that. I'm primarily a stay-at-home mom with 2 girls. Lydia is now 8 and Emma is 6. Lydia's going into 3rd grade and Emma's going into 1st. So I'm looking forward to a whole school day myself, which will give me a little bit more time to prepare because I do co-leader for both of their Brownie troops because they're in 2 different groups and various other volunteer activities. And then a year ago I started selling Pampered Chef, so I'm doing a drug sales company which takes a lot more work than you ever think it does. Oh, I have my catalog, yeah. Yeah, I have a catalog.
Janelle, I'm the youngest. We are still living in Farmington, which is it's a suburb of the Twin Cities, about 5
Suburb of Apple Valley.
No. It's about 5 minutes from these guys. Leon still owns his own business and is relocating into our town, into Farmington, which is really nice because it'll save on commute time for him. Danielle is going into 9th grade next year, and I'm still working with Ramsey County as the Director of Finance of the nursing home.
Okay,
That's it.
That's it. And Mom and Dad are still the same.
Yep, still retired. Retired.
And I'm doing all right, I guess. So I've had a couple accidents the last year, but I'm doing all right. Keep going, Philip. No, just catch me if I start falling. Okay, sister. Let's do that. We started. We should start.
Okay, a year ago in June, I came back for the last time from the Marshall Islands where I had been teaching for 12 and a half years. Over there, I was teaching some biology and some nursing. Came back every other summer for a couple months and so forth. Anyway, we taught enough people over there so that they could take our jobs. No more sisters over there except the Mariols. Benedictines came back and the Holy Name Sisters came back and so forth. So they're on their own. What I'm doing now, I live at Villa St. Joseph, which is the retirement center for our Franciscan community, which has its mother house in La Crosse, but we're located about 12 miles east of La Crosse, out in the beautiful Ridge Territory, where you look up and down the hills, and you can see the clouds down below and all that kind of stuff. So come visit sometime. I'm working on night duty, part-time, which means usually no more than 2 nights a week, usually weekends. It's night shift only, 3rd floor only, which is the floor where you have to know the code to get out. So it's that kind of patient. It's not too terribly heavy, especially if we've got 2 nursing assistants on duty to help out. Some weeks when I work 4 nights, it gets to be a little bit more tiring, but I'm managing. I also accompany some of the aged sisters or helpless sisters to town for doctor's appointments and so forth. But otherwise, I'm basically getting along okay, so come for a visit anytime. Any questions? No. Okay.
You didn't bring any trinkets to bring along?
Pardon?
No trinkets to bring along to give away?
I've got a few little ones yet that some people did not want last summer.
With those.
Time out. Tom, don't want to.
Or somebody would grab the cannon over there and,
Set it on.
no,
That one?
that one.
Grab the cannon and shoot.
That's it.
Which one, Cindy?
I'm Ralph. I'm the number 3, kind of in the middle. Still retired and plan to stay retired, keeping busy. Been doing a little bit of traveling. I think since our last get together, we've been to Australia, New Zealand, the Caribbean, Panama Canal.
Last week we were East Coast to
Disney
West
cruise,
Coast.
so
North Dakota.
with them, yeah.
That one,
Yeah, one about a year ago, I wanted to forget trip up, a trip up to North Dakota, and then rolling a car and totaling it. So I had to buy a new car to get home. So it all ended up well, though, and nobody got hurt. And other than that, I do volunteer work. I spent a week down in Mississippi in June helping out on a habitat house down there, which is kind of an interesting jaunt. Did a little sweating. Thought I was going to lose some weight, didn't, maybe a few pounds, but fed us too well. Mary Lou is retired also, and this year she's the president of the Lincoln Land District Exchange Clubs, and right now is in the process of going around visiting all the clubs within Illinois. So we've been on the road since Wednesday morning. We were down in Beardstown, Alton, Quincy, and Monday we head down to Gerardo, Missouri. I'm a chauffeur and gopher for that project. And we got a trip coming up in November to spending about a month and 4 weeks in Thailand, Hong Kong. Reason being that, why?
Well, they can tell me behind the later, and you somehow got
Anything else? Okay, and Joe, you wanna?
Wait till the plane's over.
Fight with the plane?
Well, we're still in Marshalltown. I'm still working hard. In fact, every year it seems like you work harder and harder and harder and harder. I can't wait for retirement. Afraid of how many years that has to be if I can make it till then. Susan's working for the local school district who job keeps getting changed every year for political reasons. Public schools are wonderful with politics and personality. So this year she's going to be teaching 3rd grade, half a class in one school, half a class in another school.
What
Do you
happens to those
understand it?
classes when she's not there?
I don't know.
Our district had money to hire 3 teachers, and we have 6 elementary buildings. So they assigned a half a teacher to each building and said, you can do whatever you want, but you have to keep it within 1 grade level. So the one school, I'll have my own class of, it's set at 13 right now because I get a little less than half of a classroom, so they thought maybe a whole class would be too crowded in half a classroom. So I'll have 13 kids, and at noon they will be split into the other 3 3rd grades that exist there. It's a big class, so the teachers are really glad to have the help. The parents say, I don't want my kids in that room, because they'll go halftime with me and then they'll get spread for the afternoon. So I can kind of see that. The other building's really up in the air. I'll start out with what sounds like a chapter 1 reading position, but they can tell me to do whatever they want me to do when I get there. So we'll see.
Kate, the oldest, is 16. She had to stay home and work.
2 accidents so far.
Neither what she says are her fault, and actually I think I do believe her. It's
No
scary.
tickets at least.
But with our vacations this summer, she had her Saturday jobs at the Y, teaching some swimming, lifeguarding. She's missed like 3 Saturdays with vacation, and Sue's grandfather died 3 weeks ago, missed a Saturday there. It was like she couldn't go asking for a sub again for that one. Jackie's going to be a South.
And she works full-time at Joe's office as a
File clerk.
File clerk.
See if she knows the alphabet, see if she can file better than other people do. Jackie's going to be a freshman. Talk about yourself, Jackie.
Boy, you got me.
I can handle it. She swam every day she gets this summer. Been on the swim team anyway. We'll start high school swim team in the fall. We have an awesome swim team coach. She loops those girls in. They'll practice mornings for a couple hours, after school a couple hours, Saturdays. She should be really, really busy with that. Babysits, good student. Good team. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, she and Kate are
both
both on
girls
drill
will be
team.
on drill teams. So 1/6 of the drill team is inhabited by Pollpeters, so we'll see how long they get along. I don't know if sisterly things will come into play at school. But yeah, she's driven once. She has a permit. Yeah, we have a permit.
And Molly is going to be in 6th grade. Molly spends her time swimming and reading, and then reading and then swimming, and then reading some more.
Harry Potter books. 5 times each. Add it into that.
And Lindsay, oh yeah.
I'm 9 years old. I
She's the one with the
play,
attitude.
Very shy girl.
Go ahead, Lindsay.
I play all sports, mostly soccer. I'm 9. I play piano. I don't like to keep my room clean. I have a kitten who got beat up by my dog Sadie. We named it Lucky because it's lucky that it lives. It doesn't even have its eyes open, so about that big.
Okay.
That speaks
What,
the name.
how many sheep you got?
30 some. And then we're going to get sheep, and then we're going to get chickens soon.
So they got a little farm out there.
Big garden. You tell about that.
Okay, David and Joey are up in Morganton, North Carolina. Since the last time he changed companies with Kincaid Furniture now. He's I got a title of Director of Logistics or whatever that is. And so they keep busy. They had a fire, I don't know, 6 months ago, burned a big hole through the top of their house. And so they have had some work getting that all done. They put in a swimming pool and all kinds of stuff like that. Joey is on the road quite a bit. He's kind of self-employed, selling advertising for some magazines.
She is employed by first company, but then she has a couple of other self-employment things that she does, interior decorating and things like that. So both workaholics.
Judy, who hoped to made it here, but they were on vacation, I guess it was a week or so ago, and she was involved in putting in a new computer program, and I guess it crashed while he was gone, so they're pumping to get that going. She feel she could take off the time to get away from it.
She feels it's really important. It's a payroll problem. Project she's working on.
They have 2 girls, Deanne and Renee. They keep busy running through swimming and dancing and all those good activities. Dean works and still in he's an electronics technician, works for some company there that does kind of a job manufacturing chipboard and putting all that stuff together. He's I guess kind of a troubleshooter and testing and all that stuff.
No.
Sandy and Brian are up in Cudahy, Wisconsin yet. They're both in social work. And,
Brian used to work for Charter Hospital. He was, they had a male sexual abusers, a young boy sexual abusers area that he worked in and really liked it. And Charter was bankrupt and closed all the hospitals and stepped out from the coast. So then he was only out of a job about 3 weeks, and he got a job in a girls' reformatory. And one of his jobs was he was a Girl Scout leader. Judy said he was, or Sandy said he was a card-carrying Girl Scout.
I was working for a company that I had a chance of going over to Germany, but unfortunately, later that year, they merged with the company, and that shot my hopes with going over to Germany. I'm still with that same company, but in the meantime, met Juanita, who works for the same company. She's still working for Kansas AI, but now she's working at Baxter. We're engaged to get married in September, and life is just working and planning for the wedding right now. That's about it. Oh, and then in November we're going back to Thailand and have a reception for her side of the family over there.
That's right, we're going over for that. When he said he's making, I've never seen a man so involved in wedding plans, but that's one of them. What should we do? Should we do this? Should we do that? I mean, but he's just into this like mad. never thought I would see him get married. Never thought he would, but he's met a wonderful girl and we're very happy for him. Juanita, you gonna say something? I don't know. Tell me a little bit about your family, Juanita.
Family? Well, basically, she lives.
Her voice changed.
I'm from Thailand and I was born and grew up in Bangkok, but later on I moved to the suburb of Thailand. And I have one sister and three brothers. My two brothers. Myself. My sister already graduated MBA from Dominican University, and my brother is he's studying English and trying to get to a master's degree. And the youngest brother, he doesn't know what he wants to do. So, and myself, I graduated from Loyola University in Chicago, MBA, Master of Business.
And we have 2 apartments and a 3-flat house where I live in the middle apartment, and then she lives with her sister and 2 brothers upstairs.
For another 6 weeks.
Yeah, for 6 weeks, so she's moving down.
Musical
And in the procedure of being the XO of the squadron, and then he'll move up to the commanding officer of the squadron.
Is it working?
Sandy is going to get back into the hairstyling and fingernail business, I think. Ashley graduated from high school, and she'll be going to college in Washington. She was planning on staying in Virginia, but her and her boyfriend kind of parted ways, and she had some health problems this last year, and she had an operation which she had some complications from, so she decided she'd be a lot better close to mom and dad. Derek will be what, a sophomore? He's still the same old Derek.
He's really tall.
Yeah, he's taller than I am now. Okay, we'll let the rest of them tell their own story.
I'm Diane, everything's the same. We're still between Iowa City and Cedar Rapids. Still stay-at-home mom. Don't volunteer quite as much. Do more chauffeuring. Joel's still with the same company, EDS, Ross Perot's old company. The only change is he works from home now. And now he wonders where I'm at all the time because I'm not there. But it works out really well having him there. Josh is going into 6th grade. He'll be in middle school this year. Well, yeah. His big thing this year is to get contacts. No more glasses. And Chris is going into 4th grade. And same old Chris. Yeah, reading Harry. Just finished Harry Potter book. Still new, so he's reading insect books now. Or coming out. We put a pool in a week ago, and they've been finding all the bugs and trying to figure out what they all are. That's all we got. Mike?
Mike, my wife Terry, and Brandon going into 5th grade, and Corey going into 2nd grade. We're still in Aurora, Oregon, working for Intel. Supposed to be moving to Colorado Springs, Colorado. That'll depend on how the flash memory market does. If it picks back up, we should be going hopefully April of next year. If not, I'll probably stay where I'm at. I don't know, Terry's still doing a lot of home, keeping our occupational therapy license active though. Someday maybe go back to the boys are in school more, but they're both keeping really active in baseball and soccer. Other than that, about the same.
I'm Roger. I work as a service technician at Herb's Business Machines in Cedar Rapids. I live in Anamosa. I'm also a sergeant in the Army National Guard. Got assigned to the unit here in Burlington. Other than that, what do you say?
I'm Steve. This is my wife Diana. It's our first family reunion, about 12 years, so probably knew a lot of you. Recently got out of the Navy last year and moved back to Weaver, Iowa, and working up at General Electric in the Six Sigma quality program. Diana's working for a dentist down in Fort Madison as a dental assistant, and we have 3 kids. Bradley going into 4th grade, Brianna going into 3rd grade, and Hunter will be starting kindergarten. That's pretty much it for us right now.
Brian, Tyler, going into 4th grade. He, I think 2 years ago, would have just, depending on when the family reunion was, just been diagnosed in June 2 years ago with diabetes. He's doing real good with that. Went to camp this year, came back, and it's almost a different Tyler. He can do most everything himself. Played baseball. Their team won the league championship, but he missed the county tournament because he was at camp. Allison, she's going into 3rd grade. She don't care for baseball. She wants to socialize at the games. Chase boys. No, she's not allowed to date until she's 32. Brock, he's going into kindergarten. Finished up flying colors in preschool, or pre-K. He played t-ball, ready to move up next year.
I saw him throwing that ball out there. You can throw that ball.
And
He's got an arm on him.
work on a little control and a little attitude. He'll be all right. Course, been final for about a year now. Still just kind of doing my thing. Still working at Musco, machine shop foreman. Haven't traveled for almost 2 years, so get these guys every other weekend, or even more than that, about half the time. So I'll take that. That's about it.
I'm trying to tell you something with those kids, Dad. What's the kids?
Yes, we want to add
Did you want to talk? Oh.
So yeah, she also responds to Nicole Kidman, if you haven't noticed her voice. Don't you? My turn? Am I last in the order? Hi, I'm Dean. Nothing's changed. Same as Diane's. Not a whole lot's changed since a couple years ago. Still living in Ames. Still work for the police department as a dispatcher. Trying to stay healthy. Not doing a great job of it. But, make frequent trips, or occasional trips out to North Carolina. Anybody who hasn't met her, she's hiding back there. Amy.
Are you a frequent flyer member?
And I don't know, not a whole lot else to do with me. Yeah. Guess what's worse than the airlines in the world? They didn't fly APA.
That's it.
Go to India.
Go to India.
Kids.
Baby. My wife Margie. I'm still farming, Bone. And Margie's working part-time at Klein Medical Center. Great River Medical Center at the Klein unit, nursing home. She's retired part-time, which could be 7 days a week, 2 shifts a day. You go in that long.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, and Craig Yolis is not here. Him and his boy Matt are in Canada someplace fishing. Courtesy of farmers through some chemical company. And his wife Dorothy and daughter are shopping. So it's equal time. Their daughter had to have equal time. Whatever. And in the last year, Craig had bought another store at Montrose, Iowa. So his business is expanding. Howard.
I'm Howard. I'm still employed by Merchant Seeds in West Point, plant manager. This is my girlfriend Sally. She She's employed by DuPont Fort Madison. This is my daughter, Amber. She'll be a junior in high school this year. She's active in band and chorus and the Upward Bound program through the college here in Burlington. On the end is Sally's daughter, Alicia. She'll also be a junior in high school this year. She keeps busy with band and working at Hardee's. And Eric, he'll be a sophomore in high school this year. He keeps busy with football, wrestling, track, baseball, and helping Grandpa when he gets a chance. His ball team won City Senior League this year. He was elected the MVP of the league. And then Amy's my youngest one. She will be in 8th grade this year. She's active in band and she runs track and plays volleyball and she does choir, and she also was a cheerleader last year and softball during the summer. Then it's Alan.
I'm Alan. I work for Brother Craig.
And Dylan told my mommy.
That's right.
Right. I got a house sitter when I leave.
They told me I can't move out.
She did.
And next one is Tommy, and he still lives in Germany and works for a moving company. Loves it. Don't know if he'll ever come home.
I'm Paul. 2 years ago, I just began in banking while doing something with Dallas Club. It's down good. Dallas Club, and it's gone good. Finally close to home.
And then Ann, and she still lives in Spencer with her husband Roger, and Brooke, who is 9, and Brady is 7, and Ann works for the county auditor, and Roger works for a co-op.
Ruthven Co-op.
Yeah, Ruthven Co-op, which is fertilizer and chemicals, and I think they also have some seeds, don't they?
Yeah.
And they're both doing real good. Bought him a camper, a new camper, and loves the camper on all those legs. I guess that's it.
Anybody else?
You better get out there and do your speech.
Thank you.
Everybody's got a chicken on the
Yeah, everybody has to take a piece of chicken in their pocket on the way out. I think when we started this 10 years ago, and I never believed that it would come around to our family again, I'm so glad that all the families have kept it up. I hope we can keep going for another 10 years. This, needless to say, it's inflation. This year it's $6 per person, and I believe when we decided to do this, we said children under 5 we don't pay for. So if you can give me $6 per person, I'd appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I thank God we had better weather. I haven't even had anything to drink. It's been nice, and I'm glad everybody came.
Who's in charge of it 2 years from now?
2 years from now, it is Ralph Pollpeter, and the next one in his family is David. And I'm sure David will do it the same way my brother John did it.
Maybe if we give him the ultimatum now, we'll get here for one.
Yeah, maybe we can get him for one.
Everyone that comes to the wedding will get to see David enjoy.
Take American Express? How you doing? Plenty of food.
Depends on the hearing sensitivity of the nurse doing it.
Because I remember when I was in one nurse came in at night, it was way off. So it had some, I said, hey, what is this?
He tried to for like 30 minutes. Close enough to take her out.
How much did that cost?
It's like, oh yeah, don't. Like, I don't want to find out if she was